Today, we're going to do a quick video about using referencing functions to get output content from Cloudmersive actions in Power Automate. To be clear, this will work for any action in Power Automate, not just Cloudmersive, but we're going to focus on a specific Cloudmersive action that doesn't appear to return output content to the dynamic content window. As we can see, we currently have a manually triggered flow that calls the convert HTML string to PNG Screenshot action. This action can be found on the Cloudmersive Document Conversion connector actions list, and as the name suggests, it renders HTML and returns a screenshot of that HTML content to our flow. The logical next step in this flow is to save our output screenshot as a new PNG file in our system, and that's exactly what we'll do now. We'll find the create file action from the SharePoint connector in our Power Automate library, and we'll then configure our site address along with the folder we'd like to save our screenshot in. We'll also give our file a random name, like file.png, just for the sake of this flow. The final step of our create file action is adding the actual file content to generate our PNG file. So we'll open the dynamic content window to find that. As we can see here, however, there isn't any dynamic output content appearing from our prior action. All we have is dynamic content for manually triggered flows. This can happen with actions in Power Automate from time to time, but it doesn't mean the output content we want doesn't exist. With a referencing function, we can retrieve the content we need really easily. We will find referencing functions by first opening the expression window from our file content field. When we scroll down this long list of functions, we'll eventually find a category of functions called referencing functions. This category lets us write expressions targeting different types of content in our flow, including output content from prior actions. There's an action in here called outputs, which lets us reference all the output content from a particular action. And there's an even more specific action called body, which skips ahead and grabs the actual output body from any action we specify. As it turns out, the convert HTML to PNG action returns the file type and file byte information Power Automate needs in exactly this format, so we can use the body function to get all our content. After we select this function, we'll simply create a single close quote and write the name of the prior action in there with some underscores instead of spaces. When we're done, we'll click Add, and we'll notice that the body value in our file content field looks just like it normally would as regular dynamic content. We'll now save our flow and run a test to make sure this works correctly. When our test finishes running, we'll head over to our SharePoint folder and open our screenshot. As we can see here, this worked just fine, and we have a perfectly good screenshot of our HTML content. If we head back to our flow and open the convert HTML to PNG action, we can see the body response content in the outputs. All we did in this flow was referencing this body, and Power Automate took care of the rest. And that's all there is to it. If you have any questions for us after following along with this video, please feel free to contact a member of our team.